Touchdown.
Sound.
Day in my mind, seem to take a step out. Get some air now, let your head out. To some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You, baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mind, shit. I should've kept from losing best of me. I worry that I wasted the best of me. Oh, you baby, you don't care. Sometimes I read the nuisance, this is urgent. Tryna make some simple change, got me a war in my mind. Let go, rain can't keep what's holding me. Choose right, but it will break up in front of me. All the while, I read my own feelings now. Still wanna try, still believe it. Good day, no, it's always inside. Good day, living on my mind. Help me on my fears, my limitations. I disappear if you let me. Feel like Jericho, feel like Joe. We lost this shit. Gotta hold my cross to bear alone. Way to kill the mood. No, you like that shit, ain't good, baby. Heavy on my empty mindset. I gotta keep the moves in first of me. Still worry that I wasted the best of me. Oh, you babe, you don't care. Sometimes I read the nuisance, this is urgent. Tryna make some simple change, got me a war in my mind. Let go, he was holding me. Choose right, but it will break up in front of me. All the while, I read my own feelings now. Still wanna try, still believe it. Good day, no, it's on the inside. Good day, living in my mind. Good day, no, it's on the inside. Good day, living in my mind.
Yo, let me make sure my shit is man, I already cussed. Bruh. Making sure I'm not cussing in the stream too early. But y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. I'm gonna try to do as many of these as possible. It's just me, y'all. It's just me. It's not everybody. But because I am the most well-respected member on the pod. People care about me more than everybody else. So who better to talk about this? Who better to talk about this? Who knows more ball than me? Who knows more ball than me on the pod? Yo, Bino. You can't even hear me because he a goofball. All of my predictions struck gold today. They all struck gold today. When I tell you guys that a lot of stuff happened today that just pissed me off, went against all my agendas. All my agendas went in the mud today. I can't even lie to y'all. One second while I put in the battery for this other charger, for this other camera, excuse me. All of my, I rigged the polls. How do I rig the polls? Y'all want me to bring the other boys on here? Y'all answer. Y'all want me to bring anybody else on here or no? Before we get started with this, because I got a lot of stuff to say about today. Oh, here comes Go Bells. Ready to start meat riding. Here comes Go Bells. Should I pull up Go Bells, y'all? Yes or no? Should I pull up Gabi? Should I pull him up? Let's pull him up. Go Bells doesn't have a face right now, so I'll pull him up there. Yo, Go Bells, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you using your phone right now?
Yeah.
I figured.
Is my mic ass? How ass is it?
It's pretty ass, dog. I won't lie.
I'm gonna take my AirPod out. Give me a second.
You're using your AirPods? Come on, man. Y'all expect the stream after every playoff game. I'm gonna try to do one. Y'all remember when I was doing streams last year during the playoffs? So why not just continue the tradition? You feel me? I know I'm kind of stalling for time here with what I'm saying, but y'all make sure y'all like up the stream. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, because at the end of the day, you're missing out. You're missing out. And I got Go Bells minimized because, you know, he's just barely in the he don't got his camera on. Go Bells, you're not using the camera today, are you?
No, dude. No.
All right. But how you doing, Go Bells? How you feel after day 2 of game 1s in the NBA for these playoffs?
Man, I'm not good. You already know I'm not good.
Yeah, because I told you were a dumbass for picking that stupid Grizzlies sweep.
Dude, but like, it's just like, dude, bro, Ja got hurt and everything. Nah, dude.
Here he go, making excuses. You already know Go Bells. Typical Go Bells.
And then this man Giannis gets his back blown out, bro. You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, man.
Now, the Giannis one hurt me. I can't cap. The Giannis one hurt me. You know, that one hurt me for sure.
Gave him the game. That's stuff that really made me angry, dude. And Bud, some of the stupid things he was doing, bro. It's just Drew Holiday, playoff Drew Holiday, by the way. He's back, y'all. Congratulations, guys. He's back.
Hey, what was today? Was it May 23rd? May 2023. What was Drew Holiday's tour date today? Let's see. I think Drew Holiday's tour date. Drew Holiday, what's the 6th month of the year?
June.
June. Drew Holiday was June 2018 today. June 2018 today was Drew Holiday. When I tell you guys that Bucks game just pissed me off to new lengths, insane. June 18th. Will we call it June 18th or June 2018, Go Bells?
June 18th. June 18th. That's what it's been called, bro.
All right, let's call it June 18th. Drew Holiday was June 18th today in a game that they needed him to step up. But let's get into the real crux of day 2. We're not going to talk about day 1 because I don't want this stream to be too long. But let's talk about it. Let's start off with should we start off with something hot, or should we get the actually honestly, let's just say the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, they had a game. That's it. They had a game and the Nuggets won. Plain and simple. It wasn't even out. What?
That, bruh. First off, Jamal Murray is one disrespectful man. You see what he said at the end of the game?
Yeah, I saw some of it. I was half paying attention. I already told Bino earlier, I didn't care about that game. That game was not something I was looking forward to. You know what I'm saying?
Dog. A Jokic-led defense held the team to 58 points in the first half.
Man, the Timberwolves are not a good team. Stop doing that, man. Don't gas that up. Yo, hello?
Yo, I had no idea what you just said. Repeat.
Yo, I said, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
I said the Timberwolves are not. I was putting on my AirPods to connect, but the Timberwolves are not a good team. So don't gas that up. That's not a performance that you should be gassing up from the Nuggets. I hope that's not what you're trying to do here.
Bro, what I be hearing, dog, you think any team could go off against Jokic. So, hey, man, oh, man, that was disgusting, bro. Shout out to everybody on the Nuggets, because everybody really took over defensively, looking like.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Go Bells. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I do not care about the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. That is not a game that we should be spending time on. It just doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying, though? There are other things to be getting to. Shout out to the Nuggets stuff for taking care of business, but let's be real, Go Bells. How many games did you have this series going to?
5, actually.
Okay, and that's not surprising. Today's outcome shouldn't be that surprising considering your prediction. Even if you say 5, that's 4 wins to 1. So
yeah, I don't think that was that crazy. So yeah,
it's not a crazy take. Like Ant could go off a game, Cat could go off a game. You know, I understand that. But let's be real. it looks like it may be a sweep with what we saw today. Just everybody on that Timberwolves team just completely sold. Rudy Gobert, I actually give Rudy Gobert some credit because Gobert, he did a better job on Jokic than I thought he would. I'll say that. I know some people are going to see the spin move Jokic put on him, but Gobert actually did a better job on Jokic than I thought he would. And he had a play where he like kind of bullied Jokic out the way and got a dunk on him. That was kind of crazy. I thought they were going to call a foul or something, but hey, it is what it is.
Them boys smell
nonetheless, shout out to Jamal Murray. He was the player of the game. And by the way, I want to say I saw a tweet from Six Man. I don't know if you remember Six Man. You remember Six Man Wess?
No, I remember.
Yeah, Six Man Wess said that he wants MPJ to model his game after Lauri Markkanen. And I won't lie, like when I really think about what Lauri has become this year, I wouldn't mind MPJ becoming that. He's already got the off-ball awareness and off-ball ability as a shooter down pat. I don't think he has, as crazy as this is, he's not the shot creator that Lauri is. If you had told me that Lauri was going to be a better shot creator than MPJ like 5 years ago, or not even 5, like a couple years ago, when they got, I think they weren't the same draft. That Wendell was in the draft with that's who we drafted when MPJ was drafted. But I think it was like the year after.
I think they were in the same draft.
No, they weren't. They weren't. Wendell was the guy we drafted that year because I remember us wanting to get MPJ.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're right. And I remember there's actually like a video you could find on my channel when we drafted Wendell. I was so sad. I was like, no.
You wanted Wendell?
MPJ. No, I wanted MPJ. Don't get me wrong. I liked Wendell. Before the draft, I was like saying, oh, we could get Wendell. We could get there was another guy I can't remember. But MPJ was the guy I wanted us to like. That was the guy I wanted us to lock in on. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you. I thought Wendell was him that time.
I did too. I like over time. I grew more fond of him before his rookie year. I wasn't like angry necessarily that we got him. I just really wanted MPJ, so I was so sad.
Nah, I feel you.
But nonetheless, shout out to the Nuggets that got the job done. But let me ask you, Gobels, do you like that comp of what MPJ, like him potentially turning into like a Lauri Markkanen type of player?
You see, off ball, I already think he's there. Like I don't see it.
He probably might even be better, to be honest.
Maybe I'll say this. Maybe I wish he attacked like Lauri, in which I've seen him do it a bunch of times. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like MPJ at times can be too jumper reliant, or like he bails the defense out. This is why you've seen in the past as well. Teams, they put smaller guys on him because they know that he's just going to try to shoot the ball instead of trying to go to the rim. Lauri, on the other hand, he detonates on everybody. And I feel like MPJ, I've seen him do it before already. And I wish he could do it just more often, you know? He's too big. And tonight, like, I saw him attack the offensive glass tonight. I love to see that a bit. I don't know how many offensive rebounds he had, but I felt like he was aggressive there, just inside and everything. I think he could be like that, even better, really.
Yeah, I actually don't mind the comparison. It's crazy as this sounds. MPJ should be a better attacker than Lauri is at this point, but Lauri just developed in ways we didn't see coming this year. And MPJ, he's had injuries and things like that have set him back. Yeah, I think next year is going to be the year that we know for sure if MPJ can ever really take that next quote unquote step that everybody's been kind of waiting for him. I think this year he's kind of been, I wouldn't say the same as he was in previous years because his defense has gotten better, but like he's been what I expected him to be and not necessarily what he should be, if that makes sense. But let's move on to the next game that I want to talk about here. Gobel's going to love this one. That's the Lakers versus the Grizzlies. This game was pretty good to me. I know the score will tell you that it was like not too close, but it was. It just got like out of hand, like literally within like the last minute of the game. The Lakers ran off like 8 straight points or something like that. This was a good game. I loved performances from Triple J, Anthony Davis. But let's start off with the fact that in the first quarter, the Lakers were in firm control of this game. I don't think they had a single turnover in the first quarter. It was like the complete opposite of that Timberwolves playing game. LeBron was on point. Everybody was playing relatively well in the first quarter. But then in the second quarter, the tide started turning a little bit more in Memphis's favor. They outscored the Lakers 38-27. And I think the Lakers had 8 or 9 turnovers in that stretch. And a lot of that goes to LeBron. LeBron was turning the ball over, not only in that quarter, but throughout that whole game. LeBron had a couple of turnovers that were just really head scratching. Yeah, very, very nasty work from LeBron there. Then Anthony Davis goes down to close out the second quarter, and everybody got scared. Everybody was scared, including myself. I was a little scared for Anthony Davis. I was like, man, come on. This is first game. Didn't even make it through the first half. Very disappointed seeing that. But then AD was cleared for the second half and was available, and I thought he did a great job in the second half, especially in the third quarter. Kicked it off with a couple of baskets, some mid-range jumpers, got to the rim, was finishing, got some lobs, of course, because he's a lob catching big, like Gobel says. But nonetheless, he did a great job. I think defensively was his biggest contribution. And speaking of defense, the guy that Gobel said was not going to have too much of a defensive impact because of his offensive liabilities, and that was Jared Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt defensively was amazing on Ja. I thought he did a great job. I would love to see more of that throughout the rest of the series, but unfortunately, it looks like Ja Morant, I wouldn't say he's ruled out for this series. I think he will be back probably by the next game, but he did have a hand injury coming into it, and he landed on his hand because Anthony Davis was trying to take a charge from him at the rim. And we're going to get to the whole charge thing because I have a lot to say about that. Probably wouldn't be what a lot of people are expecting, especially considering I'm a Giannis fan. But nonetheless, Ja Morant was out and he was ruled out, I believe, later in the fourth quarter. But the Lakers were already in control of the game. And a big reason wasn't because of LeBron. It wasn't because of Anthony Davis. It was because of surges from Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, a.k.a. Carmelo Anthony. Rui Hachimura was hitting some of the craziest shots of his life, whether it was contested threes. They left him open a couple times. He was knocking those down. He was finishing at the rim. He was cutting very well off the ball. I love to see what Hachimura did. And Austin Reeves, man, the play of the game was when he hit it behind the back when he was going to the rim on the right side, and he just hit him at the top of the key, and Hachimura pulls up open, bang, just like that. And once that happened, you could just feel the momentum. The tide was turning in the Lakers' favor. And I have to say, Austin Reeves is the third best player on this team. I don't care what people say about D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, even though he had a surge in the second half, primarily in the third, early fourth quarter, he did not play that well up until then. And that just reminds me of what we've always known D'Lo to be, a folder in big games. He did it last year in the playoffs. He's doing it again this year. And don't forget the play-in game against the Wolves, he was horrible. D'Angelo Russell is just not a winning player. I think on a championship team, D'Lo is more so suited, as crazy as this sounds, as a bench player. And I'm not trying to disrespect him. Look, I think the Lakers have a shot to make it out the West. I don't think they will, but I think they have at least a shot. So I'm not going to completely dismiss what D'Lo's role can be on a championship team. But the reason I'm not going to pick the Lakers, a large part of that has to do with D'Angelo Russell. He does not get to the rim. He settles too much for jump shots that are not that efficient. And on top of that, defensively, I wouldn't say he's a liability, but he isn't that good. And in late game situations, or just in moments that they need a spark offensively, he can have the lowest basketball IQ I've ever seen. Whether it's him just coming down the court in transition, pulling up from three, taking contested three-pointers, and D'Lo just shows how much rim pressure is needed at the point guard position. Because if you're going to have that high of a usage, you're going to handle the ball, you're going to be in such control of the offense for a good chunk of the game, you have to be able to attack the defense at the rim, which we saw in that Suns game, how important it is to have that kind of production from your point guard. But we'll get to that in a second. But nonetheless, though, the Lakers were still able to pull off the W. And also, for the Grizzlies side of things, Triple J, look, I'm not going to overreact, but if Triple J is anything like what he was at the end of the season offensively, and he can carry that over and then build on that past this postseason in future years, I'm going to tell y'all right now, we're going to have a conversation about who's the best player on that team. And look, I love Ja. Ja's a great player. But Triple J, what he has brought to this team this year, you could argue has been more valuable than what Ja brought. Now, a lot of that goes into Ja missing games, but considering how great Triple J was defensively, as arguably the best defender actually not even arguably, in my opinion, I think he was hands down the best defender in the league this year. Top 5 switch big, top 5 rim protector. You can't really find that in the NBA outside of maybe Claxton. And on top of that, Claxton is not giving you the offensive production nearly the same as Triple J. Triple J can get by guys on the perimeter. He has a solid little handle, the post hook. He can space the floor. Obviously not too great of a mid-range guy or anything. I'm not saying Triple J is super sound offensively, but this game, he was killing the Lakers in all ways, shapes, and forms. So shout out to Triple J, the best playoff game of his career. Hopefully he can keep that up moving forward. But Go Bills, I want to hear what you got to say about this game.
Nah, dude. First off, yeah, I want to give Triple J big love. Yo, chat, give him some dubs, dude, because he was eating tonight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, throw some W's in the chat for Triple J.
Throw some W's in the chat for that man, bro, because that dude was absolutely incredible and fun to watch. And he was keeping Memphis in it. You know what I mean? He was keeping them in it. He was making big shots when it was needed, big threes. Big post hooks. You know, LeBron, we say can guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5. Everybody's talking about LeBron can guard Triple J. That's no problem. Triple J was treating him like a baby. Absolute too small. Didn't matter if he was on the block. He was just bullying him because LeBron was too small. And you love to see that stuff. His impact defensively, I mean, he was just absolutely insane. I want to give him some love. I felt like Memphis had this game. I just feel like at times, at times, one of their biggest issues. Yeah, I'm good. I just had to cough. One of their biggest issues, really, what lost them this game was their lack of a creator. You know what I mean? Like they have Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones, I feel like he's a point guard. He's a connector. He's not really scorer, right? Desmond Bane is a scorer. He was in foul trouble. That hurt them.
Hello.
What's his name?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. What's his name? Dylan Brooks was being Dylan Brooks and breaking shots. You know, he's not really a scoring threat out there. It's just like I really felt like they lacked another ball handler scorer type that can just get their bucket. You know, like outside of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja Morant, we all saw like that boy was in prison. He was in prison. So that's what I feel like really cost them the game, and them just not being able to rile the storm and slow things down when things were getting out of hand. Now that's something that I'd say, like, people talk about the off-court stuff with a veteran. I feel like a veteran would help them in those situations the most. And also I want to say this. You could argue, and this is going to sound crazy, you could argue, because you said there's an argument for Jaren Jackson Jr. being like providing more
this season, for sure. Season,
I'm saying this season you can make a case that, and I know it sounds crazy, but like he provides way more he's provided way more for the Memphis Grizzlies this season than Ja Morant. Yes, I know Ja is a scorer, electric, ecstatic, and he brings their offense up a notch, right? But Jaren Jackson Jr. also really helps their offense, but elevates their defense to new heights. Even without Steven Adams, you see they can get stops, and it's primarily because of him. So I want to give him a shout-out. Also, shout out to Anthony Davis, dude. I know I clown the Lakers all the time, but defensively, he was a monster tonight. And then Austin Reeves as well. Hate that nigga, man. I really do. I hate him. I hate that man, bro. But that being said, I can't lie, dude. He was getting buckets, man. He was getting buckets. Stop, bro. I can't deny it anymore. You know what I mean? Although he has prime James Harden's whistle, all this stuff.
I mean, people are fouling him, bro. Like, he's a great foul baiter. Say what you want to say about Austin Reeves. He's a great foul baiter. And that's a skill. I always say, like, you can't just add foul baiting to your game by pump faking or trying to draw in the defense or, you know, hooking guys' arms. You got to actually be able to convince the defense in what you're doing as a scorer. You know, you have to sell them on it. And some guys can do it and some guys can't. Austin Reeves is good at foul baiting. Fouled.
That one play that he had, he did not. There was a play where he took a jump shot and he just fell on the floor for no reason. He did not get fouled, bro, and they called a foul on the dog. That is a prime James.
I mean, you're
Harden
talking
whistle
about the
right there, dude.
fouls, but at the end of the day, bro, Austin Reeves was getting buckets even outside the free throw line.
Yeah,
He got
that's
nice
the
mid-range jumpers. The 3-point shot. That was a play where he just came down the court, pulled up from 3 early in the shot clock. The man's confidence is at an all-time high for him right now. And I'll tell you this right now, Lakers fans, I think that the most y'all can offer him is $50 million. Look, I understand if I'm Austin Reeves, there's only one way I would stay with the Lakers, and that's if we make a deep playoff run where I'm sold on the championship aspirations with them as compared to the other offers I get in free agency, or if we win a championship. Because if we win a championship, I'm prepared to take a discount. He's already said he's prepared to take a discount, and I think that's going to be even more likely if they win a championship. But here's the thing with Austin Reeves. If they don't, let's say they lose in the first round or hell, even in the second round, even if it's a 7-game series, if they lose in the second round to the Warriors or the Kings, whoever makes it out there, especially if that team that beats them doesn't win the championship or even get to the finals, I expect him to leave because somebody's going to overpay him. Even if you don't think it's an overpay, if somebody comes with $100 million versus $50 million from the Lakers, I'm sorry, I'm taking the $100 million. You got to consider your own life. You got to consider your own future. I'm sorry, you just have to. You know, it just Wizards, is what it is.
Washington Wizards about to give him that Beal contract, man.
Okay, they can't.
they gonna find a way, bro. What the Wizards, dude? They find. I'm not trying to even call Austin Rivers mid. He's a solid player. But they find
I remember that.
They find a third option. They're gonna give that third option money. They did the same thing to Spencer.
Remember Otto Porter? Otto Porter was the same thing.
Otto Porter was different, dog. He was a
no. I understand why they did that. No, it was because he was restricted. The Nets offered him a bag, and they were like, "Okay, we can't just let him walk."
Who offered him the big bag?
The Nets. Right? They offered. It was the Nets.
Oh my god!
They offered him like a $100-something million, and then the Wizards were like, "Damn. Well, we have no choice. We can't just let him leave. We just made the second round with him last year." And Otto had a great year the year before. Yeah. He was one of the best shooters in the league that season.
That's why.
Yeah, that's the problem with Otto Porter. But forget Otto Porter. I love what I saw today from the Lakers. I think the Lakers, especially now without Ja, I think they're in firm control of this series. If Ja comes back, we'll see what happens. But another thing I want to say, in this game, you really saw the impact of no Steven Adams and Brandon Clark. Nobody on the Memphis Grizzlies had more than 6 rebounds. Throughout the entire game, this team had 34 rebounds to the Lakers' 45. That's an 11 rebound difference. 6 offensive rebounds to the Lakers' 10. 28 defensive rebounds to the Lakers' 35. Mike, mind you, Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, if they're there, that swings so far in the Grizzlies' favor. So far. Steven Adams is a bully on the glass. And Anthony Davis, look, I love AD. But if you think he's frail against somebody like Xavier Tillman, imagine what's going to happen with somebody like Steven Adams, one of the strongest players in the NBA. Brandon Clark, great offensive rebounder. We saw what he did for them last year against, who was it again? The Timberwolves and the Warriors. You know, so those guys, without them there, and also the screens, they don't have any great screeners right now on that team. And I know people may undervalue screening, but that's a huge reason as to why Ja is such an amazing attacker of the rim, because he has Steven Adams to get those screens. And look, you could say, "Oh, I'm going to go under it." Ja Morant's not a great shooter. Okay, try to go under those screens. Ja's going to blow right by you just like that. As soon as that screen comes, Ja is just on his way to the rim.
Yep.
You know?
Ben Simmons screens, dude. Them Ben Simmons screens right under the paint. Hey, you're not going to be able to score over there. You can't just jump over Steven Adams to try to get that. So, yeah.
Especially when you don't see it coming. That's another thing.
Yes, Stevo, I think people undervalue screens. They just look at it from the on-ball aspect. But I think they forget, like, Anthony Davis, as a drop defender, if a screen is, like, set really well, hey, he might have to step up just a tad bit, and which will leave the dude on the backside wide open for an easier basket, or give the guy in the corner a way better look. Whereas, like, just a small, weak screen is just going to allow you and allow everybody to stay in place. And, like, Stevo, like, he would have dominated this series. I think my sweep prediction would have came true if he played.
And on top of that, first of all, no, your prediction was goofy from the jump, regardless. Like, you just gotta admit, dude, like, you're just a fucking hater. I don't even know why you predicted it. I literally told you. I was like, bro, when the Grizzlies lose game 1, you're going to look like a fool.
Bro, let me
Like,
tell you.
why do you let your hate take control of your brain? You're smarter than that.
I'm so
Hey,
serious
Bino.
when I said this.
Bino, does Gobel's no ball? He doesn't know ball.
Look at this dude, bro, on my penis once again, bro. You guys always on my penis.
Hold up. What'd you say, Bino? He's just a hater. He
See,
said,
bro.
he's right.
Bro.
You're just a hater.
See, bro, I challenge you to get my penis out of your lungs, my
He
guy,
said
bro,
he challenged you to get his penis out of your lungs, Bino. Oh my God, Gobels, you're disgusting, dog.
Nah,
nasty.
bro, but yeah, like.
But go ahead, explain why you were wrong about that sweep take. Go ahead, tell us.
First off, I just want to say the only reason why this happened was because I'm an extremely unlucky human being. And I'm serious when I say this. I'm serious when I'm saying this, dude. If I said the Lakers were to sweep, they would lose 4 straight, or they would have lost this game by 50. That's just how it is. I already know.
Bills is so fucking lame, bro.
I already know how the league is. You know what I should have did? I should have made a pick'em bracket in the NBA. What's it called? Thing. Now I should have made it off the teams that I thought would have won, the teams I rooted for, and then root against them.
This man Mitchell asked, "Is this the guy who had Ja ranked at like 22nd in the NBA?" I think so. He probably did. I think that was you.
Yeah, because I wasn't that high on Ja as everybody else was.
Dude, you had Jared Allen above Ja.
Yeah, dude, because I thought Jared Allen was a more impactful player. I'm sorry, I value defense.
Dude, you say you value defense as like some type of cop out, but like time and time again, it proves that you're just stupid, because like you're the same guy who valued defense so much you thought Gobert was gonna win the MVP. You're the same guy who valued defense so much that you thought Wendell Carter was like a top 30 player in the league. And look at how well that aged out.
That was gonna be my prediction. Yeah, that was.
I think you had Draymond like in the top 30 or
no,
something like that.
I didn't have Draymond top 30. Did you? No.
Okay. And it's crazy how you value defense so much, but yet DeMar DeRozan was like in your top 30.
Oh yeah, no. But also, y'all convinced me, and I said, okay, let me change that because I was being biased. I'm not gonna lie, I was being extremely biased on that one, bro. I was on me. I can't lie, dude. I was.
Thank you, MVP. Bro, acting like the league writes scripts to go against his takes. Get out of here with that.
Yes, they do, bro.
The league is not worried about you, nigga.
Yo, Adam Silver be searching online talking about OTG podcast, Gobi takes. Looks me up.
Trust me, they not worried about you, nigga. You're not there yet,
dude. They were.
Mind you, I said you're not there yet. You can get there. You know what I'm saying? You will get there. Okay, get off your dick. But let's transition. You got anything else to say about this game before we transition into the next one?
Dude. Though? Lakers. Oh, by the way, Dom, you suck. I don't know why you're on my penis so much. Lakers still.
What did Dom say?
5 games. Yeah, he brought up my take. And anyway, they're gonna lose in 5 games, so I'm fine with it.
Let me find it. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, he brought up my take.
Let me find that shit.
He said, "Oh, what happened to the sweep, Go Bells?"
Let me find it. Hey, we're gonna show that tweet up here.
I can't leave and find it. I can't leave and find it for you because
I'll find it. Trust me.
And your camera looks so clear. It's probably gonna die.
My camera? No. That's why I waited 30 minutes to put it on. You feel me? If it does, then damn.
Shit, 8K, bro.
Bro, Phoebe from Friends is so fine, man. We'll talk about that on the pod. No cap. We're gonna have to give our like worst hear me outs. That's a segment we're gonna put on the next episode of the pod.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy, dog. Because niggas are
our worst hear me outs. I know niggas is dangerous.
I already know you're about to have some really crazy.
I mean, it's really just finna be white women. That's all dudes gonna be pulling up. You feel me?
God,
but I'm trying to find Dom's tweet. Where's his tweet about you? I don't see it.
I don't know, man. I can't look for it, bro.
I'm looking it up. Did he like tweet at you or did he
added me? He added me.
Oh, he added you.
Yeah.
Was this during or like after the game?
After the game.
Like immediately after?
Like not immediately after. I don't know. It's when you put that stupid.
Okay, I found it. He said, Gobi 789, what happened to the sweep, clown? Let's put it up. Because we're going to expose Gobels today. We're going to flame and disrespect. Everybody, drop an L in the chat for Gobels. L Gobi for predicting a sweep and being wrong like the idiot he is. Everybody, drop L's in the chat for Gobels, man. Drop L's.
I don't know why, bro.
As a matter of fact, drop L's in the chat, dog. Drop L's in the chat for Gobels.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. I'm a winner in my book. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. I don't know why y'all booing me, bro. Why did y'all boo me? I'm right. I'm right. Come on now. Bro, you have the worst soundboard on the planet.
See how he tries to switch up? Oh, I didn't even mean to take him out. But you see how he tries to switch up because he's wrong? You feel me? Trying to flame my soundboard. Nigga, you're wrong. You predicted a sweep, and you're wrong. You're wrong. It's all right, bro. Boo, yes, you're right. He does stink. He does stink.
I did not stink, dude. My takes are superior, bro.
You're right, Kevin. He's so ashamed that there's no camera. Loser.
Y'all want to see my face? I can turn on.
Getting cooked camera. Like Danzo in that fight. That's crazy. I can't lie. Danzo cooking?
I don't know.
Oh, he got cooked. Stop it. He got cooked.
Bro, like he was facing.
Nah, he's really getting cooked like Jiraiya. Like Jiraiya when he got jumped by Pain.
Don't do that, bro. Come on now.
Put your camera on. If you really about it, put your camera on. Go Bells.
Okay.
Look at that ugly ass nigga, bro. Oh, take it off. Turn it off, nigga. Turn it off.
I'm not gonna keep it on, bro.
Get it out of here. Get out of here. How do I even? Oh,
no, wait.
Let me do this.
Y'all see my
you're
LED
ugly though.
slide?
Yeah, we see him. You at Tech right now?
Yeah, but where else, man?
I mean, I don't know. You could be at a shorty. Well, ain't no way that's gonna happen.
Here we go, bro. On my penis once again.
You're right, Trey. No hose. Look at him. No hose.
Little Trey.
Why are you lying, B? He is not handsome. He's not handsome, bro. Put it on normal. Put it on normal, please. You're trying to give me epilepsy.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to find a good color, bro. I want blue.
Just put it on white.
Right,
bro, put it on white. Come on, man.
I'll put on white.
You're right, Trey. The person with those type of things have no hose. That's true. You're right.
You know what's crazy? Mustard be talking so much trash, bro. But like, you're the first man to marry a white woman. You know you're gonna marry a white woman, right?
First of all, I have not married anybody. That's number one. Number two, it will not happen, bro. Why are you trying to wish negativity on my life?
How's that negative?
Aren't we friends?
It's negative to want some milk in your life.
I'm not saying this. Okay, first of all, look, I appreciate all women of all colors, all sizes, everybody.
D, bro. Come on now.
And look, if look, I appreciate all women of all colors, all sizes. You feel me? But white women,
not all.
That's
sizes.
Just not in the card. Chill out. White women are just not in the cards for me. More than likely, they just not in the cards. It's no disrespect. Go Bells. They just not in the cards for me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe that.
This dude said Scotty Barnes superstar potential video. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I was really high on Scotty Barnes going into the season.
Why keep asking for that, man?
That's what I'm saying. Like, just let that go. I've let it go. I think y'all should let it go too. I'm not messing with him.
Oh my god, yo.
We're gonna get to Russell Westbrook. Trust me, we're gonna save that for last because that is the biggest thing of today. But speaking of, let's get to the next game. You ready to get to the next game?
Yeah.
All right, since you turned your camera back off, let me put you in minimal or minimize you. Let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat. This was a game that when it was over, I was so pissed off. Hell, I was pissed off within like the first 10 minutes because of what happened to Giannis. And those who watched it, y'all know what's up. Actually, not even first 10 because he got hurt, then came back in the game.
Yeah.
And he left. And when it's crazy, because when he left and came back, I was like, okay, he's fine. Maybe it's just a little hurt. He got hurt a little bit. Now he's back in the game. But unfortunately, Giannis on a charge when he was going to the rim, it was Kevin Love that met him underneath the rim. And Kevin Love, I don't want to say Kevin Love, Giannis had fallen and hit his back, just landed straight up on his back.
Yeah.
It was really tough to watch. You could hear it like literally once it happened, like he raised his back up. You could tell he was in real pain, serious pain. Now, thankfully, after the game, when the Bucks had lost, Bud had did an interview and he said, the X-rays look clear, but we're gonna monitor the situation. So it looks like it's one of those things where he's hurt right now, but like nothing is like permanent. Like there's no broken tailbone, no fractures, nothing like that. It just looks like he just got hurt landing on his back. But I will say this about Giannis. Giannis before like about 2 years ago was like one of the biggest Iron Men in the NBA. And like he's had some knick-knack injuries over the past couple of years, and it's been nothing too severe. But I am kind of getting, I don't want to say worried per se, but I'm a little, actually I am getting a little worried about his future health, because Giannis' game is very physical. Now he keeps himself in great shape, which is a big reason why he hasn't suffered any major injuries, I would say. But you know, with him getting older, and he's not 30 yet, but in a couple of years he's going to be approaching 30. I'm a little scared, you know. I don't want anything to happen for him. And I don't think it's going to be like one major thing, but I don't want like a super sharp decline, because we see in these freaks of nature players that are so physical, they have these sharp declines. Like, for example, Shaq, right? Shaq is the one guy that I would compare to the game, especially Orlando Shaq. I don't want Giannis to just show up in the league one day. And like with how dominant he was, I don't want there to be a day where we're like, damn, remember when Giannis was this good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want a Phoenix Suns Shaq situation to happen with Giannis, where we look at him and be like, I mean, he's okay, but remember when he
the Charlotte Hornets at the end of his career, man.
Exactly. Like, I don't want that to happen with Giannis. And look, those are years away, and Giannis keeps himself in better shape than Shaq. So more than likely that won't happen. But with the injuries that he suffered over the last couple of years, this is his prime. You know, like injuries like this, you know, it can cut your career short. And I do think, though, the older he will get, the more he will refine his game to become better on the perimeter. He might even cut down some weight to become a better shooter. Who knows? But what are your thoughts on the injury, Go Bells?
You know, guys, Bucks are my second favorite team. And it
bandwagon.
Whatever, bro. It sucked, right? Just watching it, I didn't think it was that serious. Like, obviously, he was holding his tailbone. Like, I was like, ooh, like, you know, like, please be okay. Then when he came back in, like Mustard said, I was like, okay, he's fine, you know. He's come back, let's win this game. And then, like, you watch him, like you watch him after the play. He was running up and down the court. You could see he was wincing and he was hurt. He still got a butt. Like, he completely this is the funniest part. Like, he was hurt, wincing, and he like completely eviscerated Bam at the rim. Like, moved him out the way, bullied him and stuff. I was like, what? And finished a layup. I was like, no way he's doing that with like no back. But like, it really sucked. You know what I mean? Really sucked a lot. Yes, we were down. Yes, there was no real momentum with the game and stuff like that. But still, like, you hate to see a star player like that go, because he, as you could see in the game, the Miami Heat dropped 130 points with some of the sorriest players I have ever seen touch a basketball court. And they did it because Giannis was not playing. Just goes to show you how important he is to the Bucks defense, because they dropped 130 points with that. Tyler Hero, by the way, we didn't mention him, but he broke his hand.
Dude, hey, we'll get to Tyler Hero and the Heat, because I got a lot to say about the Heat, no cap. A lot to say about that fake-ass performance that we just watched.
Bro, very Jimmy. Oh, man.
Matter of fact, get into it. Let's just talk about the Heat.
Yeah,
let's talk about it. You ready to get into that?
Yeah. Whoa. Let me say like two more things about the Bucks.
No. You can start this off. I want you to talk about this game and what you saw in the red flags, the green flag, what positive, negatives overall with the Bucks and the Heat in this performance. You go ahead. You start us off, Go Bells.
So let me just start with the unrealistic and stuff that's not going to consistently happen. One, the Miami performance. You can't tell me that shit was not. That was one of the fakest performances I've ever seen, bro. All their players were hitting Bam Adebayo was making shots in a playoff setting. You know that was fake, dog. Tough contested Kevin Durant pull-ups on Brook Lopez. And I was like, nah, this is not real. And then also the Miami Heat's overall shooting. Kevin Love, who was shooting 29% from three as a member of the Miami Heat.
Man, the Kevin Love shots made me so mad.
I know, dog.
That was so fake. Dude. Yes, so fake, bruh. He was getting every charge, by the way. Every charge. He's good at that, though. I know Kevin Love is great with getting charges, but, man, that shit pissed me off.
It really did. But, yeah, that was the fake. That was the stuff that just doesn't seem consistent to me. For the Bucks, what pissed me off, I just want to talk about what really pissed me off this game, was just overall, one, the scheme at the beginning of the game. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on in Bud's head, dude. You know, you already know I stand up for coaches whenever I can. But it was pretty clear to me that you put Giannis on Jimmy, and you are going to win the game. He did not start with Giannis on Jimmy. He started with Drew on Jimmy, and not only that, but the Bucks struggled to get back in transition, which led to a bunch of Jimmy leakouts. Jimmy Butler was playing wide receiver, bro. He was just running. He was literally just running out there and catching, like he was playing
Deebo Samuel's basketball, bro.
Literally, dude. Deebo Samuel's basketball, dude. It was crazy, man. And the Bucks weren't adjusting. Also, the fact that Joe Ingles was guarding Giannis, not Giannis, but Jimmy Butler for stints. The fact that Jay Crowder was guarding Jimmy Butler for stints. I know people are going to be like, hey, he's a two-way 3-and-D guy. Jay Crowder is a help defender. He's not an on-ball guy. That's why he was getting blown by every single time he was guarding that man. Stuff like that just pissed me off. Also, you know, at this point, it's really not pissing me off. But Drew Holiday, like we said, what did he shoot? June 18th, man. Dude smells.
Yeah, every single June time. 18th.
Like his passing was great. He had 16 assists, 1 turnover, something like that. Some crazy stat, but just his overall efficiency. When we need him to be a second option, he can't do it, you know. Also, the positive, though, I want to say shout out to Chris Middleton, you know, dropping 30. You know, he's back. You know what I mean? He didn't care who was on him. Even got the foul baiting down, everything. Love to see that. Also, want to give a shout out to BP because I think offensively, he was the only one doing what the Bucks should have been doing. You see, people keep forgetting this. People keep thinking that the Bucks won the finals in 2021 because they're three-point shooting. That wasn't the case. The Bucks won because they attacked the paint. They were third in the league in paint points during the playoffs. Third in the league, man. And now all they want to do is shoot threes. BP attacked the rim. That's what I need to see from everybody. Not just Bobby Portis, not just Drew Holiday, not just Chris Middleton. Brook Lopez had smalls on him, and he was shooting limitless threes. That's BS, man.
Yeah, I'll say this when it comes to that game. That was a fake-ass game. And I'm not trying to sound unrealistic, or not unrealistic, like a sore loser. But just look at the percentages for both teams. I'm going to tell you guys something. The Heat were not dominated, but they had less rebounds. They had 36 total rebounds to the Bucks 34, 4 offensive rebounds to the Bucks 8. They had more turnovers than the Bucks, but the difference is they dominated the paint as compared to the Bucks. 62 points in the paint as compared to 46 points from the Bucks. A lot of that is Jimmy Butler. They shot 60% from the field to the Bucks 50%. They shot 60% from 3. They shot better from 3 than they did from the field overall. They made 15 out of their 25 threes. They took only 25 threes. This is a team that is not a great three-point shooting team. They're bottom 5 in the league in three-pointers. But yet they shot 60% today. Let's go down the list. Max Strus hit some threes. Gabe Vincent hit some threes. Tyler Hero started off the game really well from 3. Caleb Martin was hitting threes. Caleb Martin had back-to-back and 1 buckets at the rim. That's when I knew this game was fake. Kevin Love, 18 points off the bench in 23 minutes. Duncan Robinson came in the game for a couple of minutes, and their defense didn't fall off. That's when I knew the game was fake. A lot of things happened in this game that are just not replicable anymore. Kevin Love being a playable player in the playoffs at this age, that's not replicable anymore. Caleb Martin being a decent scorer in a playoff game, that's not replicable anymore. I'm sorry. I don't care. What's up, Sher?
Yo, what up? What up?
I don't care what anybody says. What we saw today was fake hoops from the Miami Heat.
Oh, you talking about that Heat Bucks game?
Yes, bro. Very fake and nasty behavior that we saw from the Miami Heat. I mean, when you just look,
Genjutsu.
like I'm gonna say this as well. When I look at this game,
Yo,
Chris
look at what
Middleton played
MVP
really well.
Look at what
What'd
MVP
you say?
highlighted. That's actually really true.
Game looked like something that Heat fan. That's true. It did.
Literally.
And Middleton played great in this game. 33, 9, and 4. Good efficiency. I truly do believe that if Giannis played this game, the Heat will win. Or not the Heat, the Bucks would win. And I will say this: Giannis in the minutes he played before he got hurt wasn't looking too great. But
That's why I
nonetheless,
feel like
Go
that
ahead.
he probably would have got away with it, but it wouldn't. But it would literally be one of them fluke games, like regardless. Like
I don't
regardless,
even
if
think they would have got away with it because I think eventually they would have put Giannis on Jimmy.
But with how
Eventually, Bud would have
Miami,
had no choice to do that.
but with how Miami was scoring, it just felt like regardless of what the coverage is or who's on them, they were gonna get it. Like, because like Miami was
Maybe.
like hitting some like just bullshit, bro.
Dog.
Like I didn't watch like
Turning-
all the game, but from what I watched, I was like, bro, how is Caleb Martin doing anything he wants?
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude.
And real
Everybody's turning
quickly-
to prime Kevin Durant. So.
Real quickly, I'm glad that you're here, Sher, because I actually want to talk about something I've been seeing on Twitter lately, and that's this whole issue with the charge rule. And let me just say
I
something
was seeing y'all
first.
talk about it in the group chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this first. I don't know what Gobel's opinion on this is or Sher's opinion on this is. Hell, I don't know what a lot of you guys in the chat's opinion on this is. But I'm going to say right now, I think people complaining about this are sore losers. I think you guys complaining about this are super lame. I understand players being injured. It sucks. But this is basketball.
Yeah.
This is basketball. There are players in the league that know how to contort their body in midair to avoid charges. There are players in the league that know how to avoid somebody at the rim. As much as I love Giannis, and that doesn't really necessarily apply to this play, but Giannis is somebody that is known head down, bull rush into the paint. There are guys that be getting hurt because Giannis be doing stuff like that. So I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and say because Giannis got hurt, or hell, I like Ja too, or Ja got hurt, we got to get rid of it. No, this is a basketball game. You can't. There are so many rules that are beneficial for offensive players. But now because there's something that could put the offensive player, whether it's at risk of being injured or stopping them from being as effective at the rim, now we want to be in an uproar. Like, this is so insane to me. It's so insane to me how people pick and choose when these things matter. Nobody was saying this, last year when the Celtics were having charges, when Giannis was bull rushing into their chest every 2 plays, even though I think they were flopping a lot of those plays.
Yes.
But nonetheless,
Yeah,
nobody
give or
was
take,
mad
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Nobody was saying we got to get rid of the charges because Giannis was bull rushing into them. So why now that Giannis is getting hurt because Kevin Love is just great at drawing charges, now
that was a block
problem?
foul, by the way.
You know what's funny? I actually don't count the Ja one as a charge thing because what is it? Wait, who took the charge? Was it
AD?
What did AD hold down Ja's arm to where he couldn't be able to land on that? I'm not trying to say that Ja did it to himself. Haha, you hurt yourself on that play. But Ja had a chance to where his right hand could have landed properly. It just didn't. It's unfortunate, and it sucks. Thankfully, though, the X-rays did say that Ja's hand is negative. So please get well, Ja, for real. But with that, AD didn't hold Ja's wrist. He just took the charge. Ja's right hand going like that is just unfortunate. It's not something that the charge really yes, Ja's in an awkward motion in the air, but I guarantee you if Ja's hand just hit the ground like this instead of like this, he'd be good to go.
You know what's crazy about that, Sure? I'll even say this before Gobels goes. Most situations that players are taking charges, especially from somebody like Giannis or LeBron, like those big freight train players, it's actually more dangerous for the person taking the charge than the person that is
they're gonna get a knee
to the rim.
Chin.
Exactly. They could get kneed in the balls, hit in the face. So many things could happen to that. That's why when somebody's under the rim and they take a charge from LeBron or Giannis, we commend them because it's like, damn, they got a lot of balls to step in front. It takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of balls to do that. So like I said, I'm not finna. It almost reminds me of when people were mad about when they started enforcing the whole pump fake thing in the air. What was the thing last year this year they were starting to enforce with the if you jump into the player. Some people were mad about that, by the way. I was
what's funny? They still haven't really enforced it.
Yeah,
I know. They backed up off of it, or when they weren't giving James Harden his foul baiting. When they weren't, everybody was like, oh my God, this is not fair to James. I'm like, bro, there are so many rules that help offensive players in this league. So many rules.
Like grifting
So many
still
rules.
happens. Grifting still
Exactly.
happens. So I'm like, at least like give the defense like the benefit of the doubt. But
Like when somebody goes to the rim, I'll say this too. There are more fouls that offensive players get away with than defensive players.
of course,
And I'm talking like
definitely.
when someone goes to the rim, they're allowed to sometimes get away with elbows or punching, whatever it is, grift. Sher brought up grifting and things like that on drives,
push-off.
like push-offs, all this stuff. But yet, when a defender just slightly taps someone's hand, it's a foul. When a defender just slightly hits someone's wrist, it's a foul. So
go watch any offensive player that's like heavy off ball and a defensive player that's like a chaser. I've always said it's like a wide receiver cornerback battle. Like they're literally just like trying to
Grabbing
fight
each
position.
other.
Exactly, grabbing
Oh
each
my
other,
goodness,
pushing
bro.
off each other, and I'm fine with it. I like it. Like add the physicality to basketball, but it's just like when people just like the offensive player still gets the benefit of the doubt because they're the ones at the end of the day they get to get away with that push because they're trying to get the advantage. I'm fine with that. But my thing is like when people are just trying to penalize like literally everything to try to make it to where like defensive players just can't do anything. Because Gobel's brought up a really good point about the Kyle Lowry thing. Like at the end of the day, Kyle Lowry is a small, unathletic guard.
Literally, dude.
There's nothing else he can do other than take a charge to add defensive value. Like outside of like obviously perimeter defense, but I'm talking about stuff in the interior. It's already an unfair like advantage as it is because of their height, because of athleticism. They got to find something, and for you to take that away, it's like, and then when people complain, oh, guard defense doesn't exist anymore, it's like you kind of don't want it to.
Bro, that's the thing. That's the thing, and this is my whole issue with it. You know what I mean? I understand some of the complaints. Like when you slide under a player in midair to try to
that's actually reckless. That's actually reckless.
I agree that's reckless. Yeah, I agree with that.
Right? It is a very dangerous.
Marcus Smart is a big culprit of that, by the way.
Marcus Smart, Kevin Love really did that on that play with Giannis. And it's a very dangerous play. That being said, dog, like you taking away that specific play, you're basically guards they automatically lose off ball value. Like you mentioned earlier, off ball value, they lose off ball value because all the bigger dudes in the league, they're already dominating. You just took away a way that they can actually play defense. Like, come on now. And y'all brought this up as well, which I love this point. It's like we have all these things that offensive players are allowed to get away with. They don't call travels, they don't call carries, they push off whenever they want to, right? Like offensive players, they can grab you and then try to grift. They'll get calls and they'll get rewarded for all this BS. Ram into you, even while you're jumping in midair, right? They can do all this stuff and get away with it and be just fine. But defenders, I mean, and this is why defense is really dying. You're not allowed to do anything. You're not allowed to do anything anymore, right? In the regular season, you get called for every foul. This is why during the playoffs, defenders gain more value because they're allowed to get away with a lot more. But
also, players do try harder in the playoffs as well.
That as well, but it's just.
But to be fair, a lot of players don't try because of these rules in the regulars. They know that they're judged differently in the playoffs versus the regular season. Like Draymond, go look at some of the stuff he gets away with in the playoffs versus some of the stuff he gets away with in the.
Bro, he still gets. I'll say
Draymond gets away with a lot of shit in the regular.
I don't think it's an.
No, he does. I don't
think it's a good correlation because he gets away regardless of what situation.
Yeah, that wasn't the best example, but like most defenders,
Triple J today. Like, look at Triple J today. Like, he wasn't really in foul trouble, but some of the stuff that he gets called for in the regular season, it didn't happen.
Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
That's a big fact.
Yeah, I just.
Oh, don't worry though. It will happen for him. Don't worry.
They play the Lakers, bro. They play the Lakers. They gonna make.
Austin Reeves gonna get that nigga in foul trouble in the game too immediately.
Yep.
Hey, also,
especially when they get back at home.
Bro. Shout out to Triple J. He was nice today.
Yeah.
We talked about him earlier, bro.
But what were y'all talking about? Like,
but also real quick about Tyler Hero, and this is another reason why I'm not. Worried about this series. Tyler Hero being hurt is a big blow to the Miami Heat because that's another real NBA player that's gone from the roster. This team has no legitimate NBA players outside of Jimmy, Bam, and Hero. Actually, Cody Martin too. I'll give Cody Martin his props. He's a solid little role player.
He's half. I think he's half.
He's really good. He's really good.
He's a decent role player. He's a decent role player.
I'll say for his role on Miami though, I do think he's a half player. Yeah, that's why. So that's why I think he's half because he's like.
I feel that
He's like power forward Martin.
Yeah, he has to guard up on defensively, and offensively. He plays up a position, so I give him his just due there. But nonetheless, Tyler Hero, without him, who is their best well, I guess removing the other white boy, he is their best 3-point shooter on the team, and now that makes them literally the worst shooting team in the playoffs right now. So I definitely do believe that they're cooked, man. This was the game. This is gonna be like, I don't know if you remember. This is a random series, but remember when the Pacers faced the man? I don't even know if y'all gonna remember, but this was like 2011, I believe, when the Pacers faced the Magic, and this was the Magic without Dwight Howard. This was last year when he got hurt in the playoffs, and I remember the Magic stole Game 1, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, the Magic might pull off the W," and then the Pacers won 4 straight. Like I'm telling you right now, this game does not move me. This is a lot of fake hoops that happened in this game. Kevin Love dropping 18. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that will not happen for the remainder.
I don't know
of
how
his
Kevin
career.
Love was still even on the court.
Dude,
I was shocked he lasted that long.
This is the stuff I'm talking about.
I could have swore he got concussed in the playing game, by the way, but I guess not.
I know, dog. Yo, no, but this is the stuff I'm talking about, bro. Like the Bucks, fake shooters just want to turn up. You know what I mean? Grant Williams did the same thing after the Bucks series. What did he do? Completely nothing. Jake Crowder.
But Go Bells, in all fairness, every playoff game there's always going to be one fake shooter.
Dude,
like for every game.
Bro. Every game, yes. I'm talking about a series, dog.
Another thing, also, we have to have a conversation about the fake shooters on the Milwaukee Bucks, bro. When I tell you guys, the Bucks over the last 3 years have been one of the worst playoff shooters in the league. Even the guys that they hired to just be shooters suck at their jobs. Bryn Forbes sucked at his job after that Miami Heat
Jingles was
series.
good today. Jingles was good today.
No, Joe Ingles, that's fine. I'll give him that. But this is his first game. Let's give him time before he exposes himself as another Bucks fraud. Grayson Allen was the culprit last year. The year before that was Bryn Forbes. You know what I'm saying? Like every single year, there's always a fake shooter, and it's always somebody that's literally brought there just to shoot. And it's so insane to me. It's so insane how they fail every year because of these fake ass.
You talking about assault and battery Forbes? No, stop.
Hey, let's not get into that again.
I just wanted to get that shit
we had Drew Holiday today, who shot 6 of 18 from the field, no show. Brook Lopez, who had his best 3-point shooting year, 0 of 3 from 3. Grayson Allen, you know, I'll give Grayson Allen a little bit of leeway. He made his 2 threes. Joe Ingles made his 3s. Bobby Portis, I can't even tell you how many times he bricked 3s from the corner. Just
but
0 of 5
he was
we're not talking about him playing. He played well, but he did not do his
Everybody
role as far
is
as
Kevin Durant, bro.
He did his job, like getting that post took in the paint. He did well. I liked what Bobby Portis was doing. He was effective as a roller.
Bro,
yeah, he's effective there. But outside of Middleton, nobody really stepped up in this game. They were 11 of 45 from 3. They shot 24%.
What's
24%?
Like seriously, dog. Like what's new? This happens every year, dude. Like even in the year where the Bucks won the championship, they were one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the playoffs.
No, like, they're the worst 3-point shooting team to ever win a title in the playoffs.
For real?
Really?
I believe so. I believe they shot the worst, like out of all championship teams. If not, like of all time, it's definitely like over like the last like 20 or 30 years. I think they were the worst.
Like they're a rare bad shooting team. Yeah.
Are we?
They definitely are the worst since the 3-point shooting boom. They definitely are the worst.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's so sad, dude. And Giannis won a championship with the roster, you know.
And I keep telling you, bro, this is another. And I'm not trying to dick ride, but this is another example of why I keep telling people that Giannis spared the NBA by not leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. Because if he left this team and joined a team that actually, like, I'm not saying the Bucks don't have pieces that fit around him, because defensively, it's insane what they have around him. They maximize Giannis to his full potential on the defensive side of the ball. But offensively, these are not the most ideal fits. If Giannis was to go and pull not even use Kevin Durant, give me somebody that left the team like James Harden, what James Harden just did to go to Philly to team up with Joel Embiid. If Giannis were to say, I want to go play with Damian Lillard, like you imagine the offensive help that Dame would give to Giannis.
But Mustard, there's always, like, this is just my thing. Every player is always going to have a negative to what their team has. Like I know it sucks that the Bucks 3-point shooters are horrible, but it's just like one of those things. It's like you just gotta accept it because like, at what point is it like he just has all the help in the world? You know what I mean?
No, I'm
Because
not saying that, but like
Yeah.
it's just like you would think that shooting around Giannis would be like an ultimate priority. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that'd be an open. Go ahead.
I was about to say it is, and the dudes that they got are supposed to be shooters. The issue is just the fact that they're not making like Grayson Allen in the Celtics series last year, right? Dude, he's literally a shooter. You bring him in, you pay him $10 million a year, and he just goes ice cold in the series that you need.
Look, Bells, he is going against like the best guard defensive personnel in the league outside of like.
Man, he was missing open threes, dog.
He was hitting the sided backboard on some open threes, dude. I don't want to hear that BS. Dude.
And another thing about the Bucks, bro. Look, and y'all are right. Y'all are making really good points. Like, I'm not saying it's on the front office because the front office has they've done their job. Hell, even Brook Lopez. No, I can't say that because, like I said, they've maximized him defensively, and most teams can't do that. Most teams cannot do that.
You can cook them for some things, like their inability to get any players under the age of 38.
And I always say this. I said this back in the day, and I'm gonna say this now. And granted, they replaced it with Drew, so fair enough.
Youth, man.
But I also thought letting Malcolm Brogdon walk at that time was a huge mistake. Now, granted, looking back on it now, it worked out because they were able to move Bledsoe for Drew Holiday. And who knows, Malcolm Brogdon probably would have hurt his fucking legs the next year because of how injury prone he is.
No feet.
But it was just so weird to me how they just let Brogdon go just to re-sign Eric Bledsoe. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but regardless,
guard, bro.
But like
yeah, in the playoffs he drops defensively like all the time.
Like
not all the time. I take that back. In the bubble, he dropped defensively. But
I also do want to clarify that I'm not saying that you can't criticize Milwaukee for that regard. Of course, always criticize them. I'm just saying that like somewhat you kind of have to accept it because it's like a give or take kind of thing. That's just all I'm saying. You for sure criticize it though. Say like these dudes don't show up for shit. Of course, I just like want like the chat to know like like I'm not saying that like like Giannis is like he just needs the whole world like Giannis is flawed because at the end of the day like if it gets to a point where a player just needs so much around them. Are they really as good as what you think they are?
Well, I'm not saying that he needs so much. What I'm saying is...
No, I'm not saying for Giannis, but I'm saying for other players specifically, whenever people say, oh, he needs this, he needs that. It's like, how good do you really think that guy is?
I'm just saying that when you look at all the players in the league, like they all, except probably Luka. I'll say remove Luka because Luka's pretty young. He has time left for that. But like out of all the players in the league, maybe Jokic too. No, everybody has played with like a legitimate top 20 guy, like a legitimate, maybe in some cases top 10. LeBron has AD, you know what I'm saying? Well, Embiid had Harden. I mean, if you want to say Harden's a top 20 guy, you can.
Well, you
say
said
that.
Outside of Jokic and Luka, right?
Outside of Jokic and Luka, I can't really think of anybody. I mean, I guess Tatum, right? But Tatum's team is so stacked.
But Tatum's team is stacked. His 3 through 8 is so damn stacked that it makes up. So
it's so fucking stacked, yeah. And then like who else?
Even though they are Tatum dependent, but
LeBron and Anthony Davis, that's another one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Steph played with Kevin Durant and Draymond Green.
Exactly. Steph with KD. Okay, Draymond. Okay, yeah.
Draymond
peak Draymond. Yeah.
Kawhi's played with like Kawhi's played with PG.
Even Klay Thompson.
I don't know if Klay was ever a real top 20.
Klay was top 20.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that one, dog. I would really have to go to those years
by that time, dude. So yeah, he was definitely top 20.
I mean, if you're saying 2016, maybe like he was 20.
No. The real top 20 player that Steph played with was Draymond.
Yeah, no, I said that. Yeah,
We said Draymond. Yeah.
Draymond you talking about Steph played with another top 20 guy?
He played with Klay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant, bro.
Hey yo, you know what's so funny though? Whenever I mention that Steph has a super team, I make it a focal point to not mention Klay because, oh brother,
that's so crazy, dude.
Nah, Klay, you gotta include him. He's an all-star. Or at his peak, he was an all-star caliber. He was an all-star caliber player.
Around like 4 other like all NBA guys. Yeah.
I mean, for that team, he was all-star caliber.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I could make an all-star appearance if I'm.
Don't make Gobert start defending Klay.
No. If I'm around Steph, Kevin Durant, and Draymond Green with Iguodala off the bench, I can make an all-star game. I can make.
Somebody once told me that Iguodala was more valuable than Klay Thompson on those Warriors teams. and I won't lie.
Shut
I
up,
don't think
Cher.
that's true.
2015?
No, that's not true. That's not true. Go, sure. Let's be serious. Come on, bro.
Bro, I'm not even trolling.
Hey,
Bro,
I'll say that there were moments though where Iggy was probably more.
Bro, look, all I'm saying is this.
Iggy was more impactful than Steph in moments, dog. Come on now.
Okay, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just
he
saying
always takes it so far.
Wait,
bro.
just listen. Wait, can someone actually do this? When has Clay definitively been a top 3 player for the Warriors when they won their championships?
When, like, are you talking about moments or are you talking about like
just in general for that series?
When
the Warriors won, not when the Warriors lost. When they won.
I was about to say 2016.
They won. I was gonna say 2016, but damn.
Because you could also mention 2019, but no, they didn't win.
Wow, dude.
That's a good point.
Because
Actually,
2015, Curry, Dre, Iguodala.
Okay, 2015 when they faced the Rockets.
No, I'm talking about for the finals.
Actually, no, Klay Thompson. I mean, not Clay. Draymond was better that series. I'm sorry.
Wait, so look at this: 2015, Curry, Draymond, Iggy.
Or no, that wasn't the year that what's his name got hurt. What was the year Steph got hurt to start off the playoffs?
16.
That's
2016 when they lost.
It was the first round. Draymond carried. No, stop.
Draymond played good in that series.
I'm talking about when they. I'm talking about for the NBA Finals series specifically when they won.
No, that's never happened.
Oh no, in the finals they'd be stinking. He'd be stinking.
2017, Curry, Durant, Draymond. 2018, same 3. 2022, Curry, Draymond, Wiggins.
Yeah, I mean, we know that. Come on, that's not even come on, sure. We know that Clay can never be the best player in a fucking final series.
I'm just asking to be a top 3 player. I'm not even asking to be the
top
second
3.
best,
you have motherfucking Draymond.
Okay, well, 2015, he was a top 3 player on that
Curry,
team.
Dre, Iguodala.
Okay, yeah, that's actually true. My bad.
Yeah, that's true, dog.
I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
I want Iguodala shit, bro.
Wow, I completely forgot. Iguodala did win
Death
finals
beams
MVP.
pointed at me. Like
the Martians have the death beam pointed to the universe.
I want Iguodala.
Yo, I'm
not gonna lie. I have a question. So somebody just dropped Kuzma's name. If you replace Kyle Kuzma on those Warriors teams, do they still win the championship?
They're not the same. They're not as scary.
Yeah, they're better.
I agree with that. They're not okay. I don't know about better.
I'm joking.
But they're not. They're not the same.
This is coming from a Thunder fan, bro. Like, trust me. Like, they are. Kyle Kuzma might be a more overall well-rounded and more talented player, like at his peak, than a guy like Klay Thompson. But his shooting is so overwhelmingly scary to the point where, like,
ain't that Klay though?
Don't think that. Yeah, I'm talking about Klay.
No, I'm saying scary in a bad way because they're both pretty like scary in a bad way.
Okay, you're trolling.
I'm not even trolling, bro.
Just as a threat. Just as a threat, bro. We talk about Steph Curry's off-ball gravity. Klay
has off-ball gravity. Yeah,
Klay's up there, bro.
Like all jokes.
Like, let's be real though. Like, teams are very. I don't want. As crazy as this may sound, teams are scared of Klay Thompson. Yeah,
there's a little bit of fear.
Klay Thompson. Dude.
Like, I remember when Nick Wright made his list, and look, as crazy as this may sound to some people, when Nick Wright made his list about like the most feared players and going into this playoffs and had Klay Thompson on it, like, even though I understand Klay's an overrated playoff performer, there is a level of fear in Klay Thompson going off for a playoff game. He's had enough of them.
100%. If it's game 6, 100%.
Scariest shit you could ever witness in your life.
He's an OKC fan, so he's seen it firsthand. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro,
even me as a Bulls fan. Remember that Klay game against the Bulls where he ripped his fucking head open and he still was killing us?
And that's when he broke the 3-point record.
Yeah, he dropped 50 in like 29 minutes, dude.
That was the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. I can't.
Oh my God, Klay on fire. Klay and Steph on fire. Easily the 2 most scariest human beings on this planet. It's not even close, dude.
Hey, but speaking of scary human beings, let's transition.
Yeah.
Because we spent too much time. We went on topic and everything.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
No,
let's transition into what people really came to hear me talk about, because everybody knows I be hating on Westbrook.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad, bro.
I know. Woo, I was ready to actually make a slander space about.
He was
that
on
nigga,
fire, man. I can't lie to you, bro.
On defense, on offense.
But today, Russell Westbrook and the Los Angeles Clippers. I should be saying Kawhi Leonard because we're getting it lost that Kawhi Leonard was amazing today.
That is a bad man right there.
Playoff riser Kawhi Leonard made an appearance today.
That is a bad man right there.
As the Clippers defeated the Phoenix Suns 115 to 110. Kawhi Leonard with 38 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 13 of 24 from the field. This guy only missed 9 shots
66
today.
true shooting, bro.
Whoa, wait. How many points he scored in the fourth?
It was like 15 or 16.
In the fourth, he scored 13, but for the second half, he had 25 points.
Oh, man.
And it's crazy because going into the third, I actually think he had 25. I don't think it was.
Do you guys actually want to know another? You actually want to know another crazy stat? So Kawhi had 25 in the second half. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul combined for 24 points in the second half.
Why do you say Chris Paul like he's a good player?
Hey, wait, I'm told he's great.
Stop. That is the point guard Draymond Green right now. Let's be serious.
With no defense.
This defense wasn't that bad today. This defense wasn't that bad today. He actually
just because he got a couple of strips, don't gas.
No, but he actually did it.
He wasn't that bad, but I'm gonna call him Cone P3 just because I want to. Come on now.
But nonetheless, outside of Kawhi Leonard cooking the Suns, the big story of the game was that Russell Westbrook, believe it or not, had a 3 for 19 performance, but still found a way to be one of the most impactful players of this game. He
actually had a good game doing that bullshit. That's
a good game shooting 3 for 19. It's insane.
You see, I don't like using the term. I don't like you saying he had a good game. And now that y'all got to listen to me because y'all know I'm a defense first person. I feel like he was incredible defensively, but I feel like the Clippers win this game handily. If he's
I agree,
able
but you're
to
about to say because I know
anything, if he's able to provide anything offensively, so
I agree.
So like, yes, he was incredible and to close the game. I already saw what. I don't know why Devin Booker attacked him on that last possession. Like, do you know who Russell Westbrook is? Like, do you know who this man is? Seriously, dude. Like people. It's like they forget. It's like they haven't watched this man in his career. You can cook him for his off-ball defense, in which I think he played well tonight on the off-ball. But
he did his job, yeah.
Yeah, but like, do you know about Russell Westbrook in isolation? How he can guard 1 through 4? It doesn't matter, dude.
Depending on the 4, you're kind of gassing that there.
Now, if it's a Kevin Durant 4, I understand.
Yeah, I could talk about Marcus Smart's power forwards. Like,
I saw Russell Westbrook. I've seen Russell Westbrook clamp up Siakam for an entire game.
Siakam is not.
Is that really hard to do though?
Yes, it is.
Let's be serious, dude. No, it's not. I could guard Siakam,
dude. No, bro.
Hey, wait. Also, we know about clutch Siakam.
It wasn't even the clutch. It was the start. Oh my gosh.
Like, dude, Gobel, Siakam is like, people be talking about how Giannis has no bag. Nah, that nigga Siakam. No,
bro, he gained the bag. Chill, dog. He got that Kevin Durant mid range. Come on now, y'all need to stop playing.
Kevin, dude. Bro, I swear, bro.
God, you just be throwing away. The MVP is right. Siakam be clamping himself.
No. You know what's the thing about Gobels that actually like ruined me? Anytime I see a big that defends and play finishes, I call him AD in my head.
Fella, bro. No, blame Ash for that. Ash
but let's get back to this Westbrook.
Yeah, let's get back to it. Yeah.
I'm actually not gonna say Westbrook had a good game. I just think he was like as crazy as this sounds. I know he made big plays. I would say he was clutch, and he was decent.
Crazy.
He had such an impactful game in all the other aspects. And we understand scoring is not everything. That's not the only way to like be a good player. Look at Draymond Green, right? Like, but if we have to lower your standards to that where we just ignore you as an offensive player, like think about it. Draymond doesn't have the responsibility offensively to where he has to take 19 shots in the game. Russell Westbrook, especially with Paul George being out, is relied on for scoring and self-creation to a degree. Because we know off the ball as a scorer, he's not very good. So he has to have the ball in his hands to create his own shot, or at least to try to score. And I like everything he did. He was very active defensively. I thought he did a good job on Kevin Durant in some plays. And I also thought
was crazy, bro. His defense on KD.
I know, dude. Pickpocket, block.
Bino was dick riding
inside
that
the
nigga
coverage.
every single play.
Oh my god, bro!
Yeah, he's dick eating, and it's crazy because every time Westbrook missed a shot, I was like, "That's 0 for 7. That's 0 for 8. That's 1 for 9." But nonetheless, Westbrook. Shout out to him for that. The block he had on D-Book was clutch. Blocked him, and he threw the ball off of his foot. That was
That's good shit
insanely
right there.
clutch.
Oh, that was perfect
And then the
awareness.
rebounds, bro.
And y'all about to say the rebounds were big. He had some, I think 3 straight possessions of offensive rebounds.
Yo,
just clutch.
So there was like a minute 30 left, and the Clippers just kept getting offensive rebounds, and it burned time off the shot clock. Off the game clock,
Yep.
and gave them different possessions. And Russell Westbrook was one of the catalysts for it. So shout out to Russ for that regard.
24.
It
It was from 1:30 to 24 seconds. They burned an entire minute off the clock. Dude, and
then the Clippers
crazy.
the Clippers scored, right? I think they got fouled. Oh no, Russ got fouled.
Westbrook got fouled. Yeah,
dude, he almost
clutch
made
free
that
throws,
shot
dog.
too. He almost made that shot too. That shit
Yeah.
was very close to going in. I was about to go crazy. But
Hey, do y'all think? My bad. Go ahead, Sher.
No, I was gonna say, and then Russ hit them 2 clutch free throws. Which, dude, Chad, y'all want to know what's the
not
thing?
surprising, man.
I'm a KD hater, so of course I wanted him to fall. I wanted his downfall badly. It got to the point where I literally was like this, the begging prayer thing for Russ to
Eddie
hit both
Brock
free throws.
ass nigga.
No, and I'm serious. I'm like, bro, literally, in my head, he made the first free throw, and I'm like, look, either make the free throw or miss it and get an offensive rebound. And I was repeating it 5 times, and thankfully he made the free throw.
It's crazy because I won't even lie. Looking at this game, let's talk about the Suns side of it real quick. I think this game just shows. I don't give a shit how many points KD had. He was living at the free throw line today.
Oh, thank you.
And that's props to KD for that. I'm not trying to take credit away. Gets the free throw line because he started off the game really horrible.
Refs
But
were
this
on
game, this game exposed just how bad the Suns are when it comes to rim pressure. I do not fear this team to make the finals at all.
Yep.
This was the battle of non-rim pressure from both of these teams. Because no, I understand that actually, what the fuck? I'm not even because even Kawhi,
bro,
Kawhi was doing his thing.
Russ, bro, do not include Russ.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Russ. But even though Kawhi didn't get to the rim. He was settling for some close enough mid-range jumpers. But guys were not getting to the rim in this game. Nobody was really getting to the rim. It was a very jump shot reliant ass game.
Hey, yo, Mustard. I actually want to
Eric Gordon. Are you serious?
Okay,
yes,
so
Eric Gordon.
So Mustard, I actually wanted to ask you this question. This is a trivia. So inside the restricted area, y'all know that restricted area line. That's pretty much all rim finishes, rim attempts and stuff. How much do you think both teams combined for shot attempts wise?
Oof. I'm gonna say 20.
Lower.
Oh my god.
15.
15.
That's not
Higher.
really surprising. That's not really
18.
surprising.
Yes. 18 rim attempts for both teams combined.
My
That's
god,
that's just restricted area. But you got to remember, sometimes people.
Nigga, that's most of the rim shots.
Yeah, but also Gobels, all the paint points were literally like if you want to count floaters as finishing
Short,
quote unquote, then fine. But it was just a bunch of short middies.
The only person on the Suns that I would say got to the rim a little bit was D-Book, and even then, D-Book was just getting to
he was getting
close enough to the.
Hey, Kevin Durant was able to draw fouls in there. You got to give him that.
Now I'll give KD that. But even then, KD was struggling to beat Eric Gordon off the dribble. You know what I'm saying? And look, Eric Gordon's a solid defender. I'm not going to deny that. But man, this is a far cry from the KD that we even saw 2-3 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
You don't got that burst, bro.
KD does not have exactly. And it's crazy when people say, "Oh, KD he came back from the ACL Achilles injury even better." I'm like, no, he didn't. And I understand the mid-range shooting season, one of the best mid-range shooting years we've ever seen this year. But there's a reason why he was so heavily reliant on the mid-range as compared to back in the day. His handle isn't as tight. He doesn't have that first step that he used to have. He can't get by guys. It's so easier for guys to now bully KD. And that's why I think, even though I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was against the Celtics last year, but I do expect some flashes from that Celtics series to be a lot more prevalent in these playoffs as compared to ones in the past, because their teams are gonna get under this guy. They're gonna try to bully. If I was defending KD, I was gonna talk to Bino about this. I'd rather defend somebody like KD than someone like Luka, because KD is somebody that I can fucking bully that nigga. If I'm under him, I can give him elbows. And I know that sounds dirty, but defenders do this in the playoffs. Let's be serious. You can fucking mess with this guy. You can elbow him. You can undercut him. There are so many ways you can bully KD in these one-on-one situations. You don't think you can bully KD?
No, not the bully part. I'd definitely rather guard Luka than Kevin Durant.
Oh no, you're tweaking. I'd rather guard KD.
I feel like it's,
and I do think it depends on the type of defender you are as well.
But do you also think it's because of like the unpredictability of Luka? Like you don't know what he's actually going to do shot selection wise. Because one thing is like even though he can bully you, season, he also can bully you. But also like in the regular season, like he does kind of have like somewhat of a very like get to my spot kind of game. But in the playoffs, he just throws that script all out and he just
completely out the window.
He wants. Like he literally, like I was looking at like the Game 7 highlights again against the Suns. This dude's doing half spin, step back threes.
And he's also a better switch hunter than KD. That's another thing.
Oh yeah.
That nigga will hunt the switches. He will put you through hell through them screens.
Dude, he was posting up the big, like, he just like he's so unpredictable with like what he does. I feel like Kevin Durant is more so like get to my spot and like rise up because like he's tall, he's perfected the mid range, and also Mustard. You nailed one thing. He hasn't been getting better, but also you can get better at certain aspects of your game and still be worse than what you were before. Because like funny enough, I do think Kevin Durant is a better mid range shooter than he was before. But that still doesn't mean that he's better than what he used to be.
Bro, he used to be like, I know this sounds crazy, but like a skinny Giannis with a jump shot, basically. like back.
Dude. I know what you're trying to say, though. I get your point. Though,
yeah. Like back in his Thunder days, I remember Westbrook used to just throw lobs up to him on the backside, or like he would just hit you with a crossover, and he had that one dunk. I forgot, it was versus the Dallas Mavericks, where his head was above the rim.
Also prime Kevin Durant.
I think Brendan Hayward or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Brendan Haywood. But also prime Kevin Durant was fast. Like he was actually a fast guy.
Extremely fast, bro. Like so deadly in transition. That was like one of he was a dude who could hit you with a pull up. But yeah, it's just like Durant. Yeah, he obviously lost those things. I still think Durant had people are getting him. I think he still had a beautiful game tonight. Like 27, 11 assists. I think his passing was on par. I think his scoring at the beginning obviously was way off, but he was able to find and get himself.
He got to the line. That's what got him going.
The issue with me is, just the passiveness. He has to stop being passive. I know Devin Booker's on the team, and you want to give him the shine and all this stuff, but who cares, dog? Like it's pretty clear that Kevin Durant is the best scorer on the team.
I was actually going to ask, like, it just feels like Kevin Durant doesn't have like a role per se on this team. Because like his role is more like, it's like, because
it varies game to game, to be honest.
It does vary game to game, but also if you look at this Phoenix game, like I remember Ash was mentioning it, he looked like a super Mikal Bridges, like with his role.
Yeah, he does.
Attacking closeouts and spot ups and things like that.
It's because they said this during the broadcast. Monty Williams, he simplified their offense. He simplified their offense to where, just to make things easier for Kevin Durant. So basically what he's doing now is just read and react. Obviously, they run some plays that he knows, but it's mainly read and react with everything that he does. So that's why, it doesn't look like he has a specific role. It doesn't look like he's in that Durant form. I bet you next year, if he stays and doesn't request a trade again, he's most likely going to look like the regular Durant that we see, 30 points per game on 50, 40, 90 shooting.
Yo, is it also true that I think there was I don't know if y'all saw KD's post game interview. Was he bashing his team or some shit?
I didn't see the interview. I didn't know what he say.
It was I don't know. I was just it's because I'm looking at the TL and people are saying KD was saying that he didn't have spaces or something like that. I don't know.
Wait. Who is he talking? What's he talking about?
He didn't have floor spacing.
I thought it was something like that, but I don't know. I think the TL is just saying shit.
Yeah,
You
they're
talking
probably
about
just
that
talking.
bench unit, which the Suns bench unit.
It's trash.
Ooh, absolutely. Yo,
Garbage.
that's what really lost them the game, dog.
Guys, I want to tell you. I want to show you guys something. Not show you, but I want to tell you guys something.
Yeah.
This is the bench minutes for the Suns. Or let's just look at the overall minutes. KD 45 minutes.
That's actually
DeAndre
crazy though. Like 45 minutes
45
in a game
minutes.
1?
Exactly. Yep. On top of that, Devin Booker 43 minutes.
Oh
Chris
my.
Paul, this old ass point guard Draymond Green without the defense. 39 minutes.
Wait, but in all fairness, Campaign was out. If Campaign was there, he would have.
I agree. But that's kind of a part of the problem. Like you can't even afford guys to miss games because of this stuff. You know,
they have
like
no depth.
Meanwhile, if the Clippers, as much as I know people hate Bones, but if Westbrook were to miss a game, you got Bones there. You know, he's better than most of the fucking Clippers bench. Yeah, actually, all of their bench.
Hey, bro, it got to the point where Tyler had to match Kawhi's minutes. Like he had to
Landry Shamet is playing 25 minutes in a playoff game. I don't care what anybody says. That guy sucks.
I'm sorry, bro, but you got no choice. It is what it is.
You got Jock Landale playing. Ish Wainwright playing.
Hey, wait, respect Ish. Okay, respect Ish.
Don't gas up that D1 football.
Respect elite linebacker.
Bro, I was playing, but I had legitimately no idea he was a D1 football player.
No,
he is. Yeah, he was.
Dude, didn't he play? Yeah, he played for the Buffalo Bills. I'm pretty sure.
He was actually in the NFL.
I think he went to like the Bills training camp.
Wow. An NFL player in the NBA. This guy is actually a two-sport
athlete.
Bro,
I swear. This
guy is the Brock Lesnar of the NBA.
Bro, he tried to go to the Cardinals training camp, but he ran into the Suns training camp. But they were like, hey, get in here.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just joking.
Oh my god, dude! I was like,
this is still insane. And look, I understand lineups do shorten come playoff time, but still, man, like look at this. Let me add up some of these minutes so you guys can understand just how bad this is. Give me a second.
They're playing game 7 minutes.
There was 31 minutes
in a game
that was spread out damn near equally between Jock Landale, Josh Okogie, Ish Wainwright, Bismack Biyombo, and Terrence Ross. And on top of that, they're already playing.
Horrible.
They're already playing. Mind you, Terrence Ross was only in the game for 4 minutes, and it felt like he was there for 30.
Yo, he was so bad.
So bad. And then on top of that, look, Torrey Craig, and this is another thing. This was a fake game from Torrey Craig, by the way.
No, that was a fake. That was a fake.
Mid ranges and floaters.
That wasn't fake.
Trust me, dog. Torrey Craig is like that.
Oh, shut up. Oh
no, honestly though, the only
he's
thing
been better than advertised though for them.
No,
he's been better than usual.
The only thing that stopped Torrey Craig from getting 30 was him being in foul trouble.
He's literally Ball George, dude. I'm telling you,
dude.
I swear to God, bro.
And look, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna give myself the solo. I got a lot to say.
Season, bro.
I got a lot to say about this real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Deandre Ayton. I firmly believe, and I'm not even gonna say you're overrated, but the fact that you actually have the balls to think that you are somebody out here mad because the Suns didn't want to give you a max contract, and you come into tonight and you're looking like Rudy Gobert around the rim until you made some of them fake ass jumpers at the end of the game. Shut up, Go Bells. Until you made some of those fake ass jumpers at the end of the game. Look, I'll give you props for those shots, but in the beginning, I'm gonna tell you right now, you were smoking some of the easiest shots. Some of the easiest shots at the rim. And mind you, you're the only one that can really get real rim pressure on this team with the ball. You're the only one that can really do it. You see how big you are? I'm not gonna lie, we have to have a conversation on if he's better than Zubac. We got to have a conversation. And on top of that, you were the first overall pick. The first pick. They picked you ahead of Trey. They picked you ahead of Triple J. They picked you ahead of Luka. Now, look, I'm not expecting you to be Luka because that's unfair.
Yeah.
But, bro, can you at least be a top 5 center in the league? Can you at least be somebody that can give the ball to down low in the post? People are always saying they need to run more plays for Ayton. They need to give Ayton the ball more. Give him the ball to do what? Smoke open shots at the rim? Smoke easy finishes off of the roll? They were giving him opportunities for post hooks, Go Bells, and he was smoking them. He was smoking them. This was a pathetic. I don't give a shit what the stats say because he hit some shots at the end of the game. I'll give him credit for that. But for most of this game, he was dog shit. Even defensively, they were bullying you.
Yeah,
they were bullying you. You see how big that nigga is? Come on, man. You're embarrassing Nigerians here, bro. You're embarrassing us.
No.
You're
Isn't he
embarrassing us.
I thought he was from the Bahamas.
He was born in the Bahamas, but he's Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
He's embarrassing us. What do you guys say about Ayton, though, Sher? I want to know what you think about that nigga.
Actually, like I wasn't like because like here's the thing. In the first half, I was kind of paying attention, but it was more so because I was still at the gym. But in the second half, I saw DA put in work, but even then, like I'm like looking at some of these stats and like yeah, it is pretty unacceptable what DA was doing in the first half. I also like even the good things that DeAndre Ayton did, it should really put a highlight onto what he is, which is like what you need to do is accept your role as like try to be like a top 2 play finisher in the league, and then just sharpen your skills as a defender. Because one thing is in 2021, I actually liked what you did as a defender. I thought you were like really good as a switch defender. I thought you did your job like holding your own in the paint, but also it is another thing that has to come down to like approach and also motor. If you really are like, you know, you're built like 7 foot, 250, chiseled, everything's good. Like just because you're not getting the role that you want on this team, because in reality, like you kind of don't deserve it, especially after like the offensive star power that they have. Because it's like one of those things. It's like it's not to this degree, but I was talking with somebody about this. It's like the Luka Jalen Brunson thing. Yes, Jalen Brunson was able to blossom in New York, but I say it's because he had more opportunity. But the thing is, he wasn't going to get that in Dallas because at the end of the day, Luka is a much better player than Jalen Brunson. He's going to get those touches more than Jalen is. So I feel like it's like one of those cases.
Don't get Gobert started on that.
No, but I'm saying but does it not make sense? Like
I get you though. I agree.
Yeah, so it's like that kind of thing with DA. Unless you want to go to a different situation that allows you to get more touches, then that's fine. But in this situation right now, like you just got to be a very good play finisher. You got to like really be active as like a defender and also allow Phoenix to be able to be like an ultra switch defense, which was one of the calling cards for the Suns in 2021. And also another thing too, you got to actually use your frame well. Like how Muster was saying, like you're again 7 foot, 250, like built, like you got, and also crash the glass as well. I know Zubac is a big body that people don't really talk about as like enough. Like he is a guy that can crash the boards, but something like the last minute 30 of the fourth, where you couldn't even grab a rebound for the team and you lit up 3 or 4 offensive rebounds, unacceptable.
Dude, there was like back-to-back plays, like back-to-back possessions where like he just dropped the ball off of a rebound.
No box outs.
I don't even understand it. Zubac, let me look it up because I think Zubac like just killed him on the glass today.
Yeah, it was 15.
Like, I don't even know the stats. 15 to 8.
15.
Yeah, you're right. 15 boards to 8. Like I know Zubac had less points than him, but Zubac was better than this nigga DeAndre Ayton today.
Like Mustard, remember when you mentioned? I remember I saw like your video, like I remember from your video like a year ago where you mentioned the Pels and the Suns thing, where like Valanciunas was destroying DeAndre Ayton on the boards,
killed him on the glass, wasn't even close.
And I'm
not even gonna lie, that made me almost think Valanciunas was the best fucking rebounder in the league with the way he was playing that game. My goodness, the nigga dominated the shit out of him.
But Go Bells, what do you think about DA? Oh damn! He's coping in the corner. Tough.
Yeah, this nigga's out of it. But you know it's crazy. Ayton has a tattoo. Let me even put this up.
Oh,
DeAndre Ayton actually has a tattoo. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but let me show y'all something. DeAndre Ayton has a tattoo that he needs to get removed. First of all, it looks like a fucking ass.
I do feel like it's fucked up sometimes when we make fun of a player's personal kind of thing. But if
I don't give a shit.
But if this is like some bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, bro.
DeAndre Ayton has a tattoo where I kid you not. This is so fucking lame. On his back, it says "dominating." Let me show y'all niggas this shitty ass tattoo from DeAndre Ayton, dog. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that shit looks like scratch marks.
Dominate. This dude looks like he got beat like a slave, and it says "dominating." Oh my god, this slave ass tattoo.
You know the thing that sucks too? Like the design looks cool, but it's just like, can you at least make it look like show your play to make it look cool?
I'm saying this is fucking horrible.
He's the one getting dominated. Oh my god. Hey, yo,
Shit
you know
is
what's funny?
ass, dog.
So I know a Suns fan on Twitter. Shout out to Rising Suns. This dude just has a hatred vendetta for DeAndre Ayton. Like
Shit, I
anytime
would
DeAndre,
too.
bro, I swear to God, I saw this dude tweet out. He's like, man, I would trade for Jericho Sims fighting for a 10-day contract over DeAndre.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit had me crying. And you know why he tweeted that out? Oh my God, that's tough. That is tough.
Yeah, that definitely looked like some
But
fingernail
you know
scratching.
why he tweeted that out? Because it was the Warriors Suns game. It was like one of the first Warriors Suns games of the season. This dude, DeAndre Ayton, he shot a post hook over Steph Curry.
Oh my God. That should
And-
be an easy back down dunk on that motherfucker.
And he
or
shot
just
a
lay it up
post-
easily at the rim.
And to make it even worse, he missed it.
Oh my God. You know, it's crazy because like DeAndre Ayton has the build of somebody that should be way better than he is. If you actually look at how he plays, for one, he should be getting to the free throw line a lot more. That's that's something I've always hated since his rookie year. I think he should be getting a lot more free throws. It's not because the refs they hold him or anything. He just genuinely likes to avoid contact. You know, it's almost like and I know he's not the same here, but James Wiseman, I think that's like one of the issues I've had with him. It's like they're afraid of contact. You know what I'm saying? And Ayton is another one of those guys that like you should be bullying dudes. And that's why I say that playoff run that they had where they went to the finals, that was like one of the worst things that could happen to him because he was being so successful at these post hooks, at these 12, 15 foot jumpers and the pick and pops or rolls where he wouldn't even actually go to the rim. He would just stop right before the defender can close out on him or stop him at the rim and give him real resistance, pull up for a little jumper. And he was making them. Trust me, he was making them. And he's still relatively decent at that. He's a good screener, nice roller. But like sometimes I want him to just be physical. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to dominate. You do what your tattoo says, dude. Dominate. Be dominating. You feel me?
Do you know what's the other thing too about?
Because also, real quick, he's a mismatch nightmare. That's another thing. You are a mismatch nightmare. Teams should not be able to go small on you.
I used to say that he was a small ball killer in 21 because I was like, because of how versatile he was defensively and also because of how much he was able to punish people like as an offensive player. But like to compare to like other like all-time greats that are like finesse style players, even though of course Ayton's never going to be like these guys because like that's like unfair, but from like these all-time guys that are like finesse bigs, like a David Robinson, like a Wilt Chamberlain in his early years, one of the big differences is that at least for Wilt, like he just had like he was just such a dominant scorer, not just from the finesse, but also he was a physical guy. He was at least physical enough to where he used it. And yes, he got a lot of reps and stuff, but at the end of the day, like although he's an anomaly athlete, he still at least uses physicality somewhat. And then like somebody like a David Robinson. David Robinson also had a nice mid-range, but even then, if you don't want to include that and you want to say David Robinson was still a finesse guy, at least he still like attacked the rim relentlessly, like while he was there. And another thing too, he at least provided that he was a great defender,
elite, one of the all-time rim protectors.
I'm like, my thing is this: I'm fine with you being a finesse player if you could just add something else to your game that's so damn good. Like if you could add something else that's so like extraordinary, then I'm fine with you being a finesse guy. I'm fine with you not using your physicality because then at the end of the day, I could be like, you know what, like not every player is gonna be like the perfect guy. But if you can't wait, go ahead. No, and of course I feel like you're going to bring up the point of like, oh, you should live up to your potential, like add more to your potential. Of course I agree with that, but even then, like not everybody's going to be perfect. That's like,
well, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, and I just want to know your opinion on this. Would you call DeAndre Ayton a bust?
No. What?
Why not? Because really think about like, and look, I don't think anybody was saying he was a generational talent coming into the league, which is one of the reasons why, by the way, I would not have taken him number one. Even at that time, go back to my mock draft of, I think it was 2018 or 2019, one of those years. And I remember I said, do not draft this nigga number one. Luka is the best player in this draft.
So you and Ryan Hollins were ahead of your time.
I was ahead of my time. And it's crazy because like, shout out to Dom. Not Dom 2K, but Dom from Let's Keep It a Buck.
Oh, Damo,
because I remember Damo. he put me on Luka. This was like I think a year or two before Luka even came in the league. He was like, bro, this guy is going to take over the league. Watch out for him. And ever since then, I started watching more Luka tape. I was like, dude, this dude is fucking amazing. And I remember I was like, bro, he should be like the consensus #1 pick. Because if you watch his tape over like overseas, he was dominating. Doing what Ayton people, and I feel like if Ayton went to fucking UCLA, let me pull up West. If Ayton went to fucking UCLA or something, they would not have taken him #1. They only took him #1 because he already had ties to Arizona. That was the only reason why they really took him.
He was a great college player. Like I don't want us to think that like we're
he sold in that NCAA tournament, by the way. But
but also like to the chat, like he was a great NCAA player. No one's doubting that he was a great prospect. But compare like because like I'll say this, like like at the time I was like very casual to like the prospect scene and stuff, and I still kind of am. And like I remember I would see videos of like people saying Luka's like LeBron like in the fucking overseas, and I was like, yeah, get this guy. I saw some of his tape, I was like, yeah, this is good. And then like when I saw Deandre Ayton and like play, I was like, he's good. But funny enough, at the time I was kind of like, I'm not moved. Like
it was the foreign thing that hit Luka, and it's crazy because like. I'm not even
now
I don't even know how Bagley got it picked the front of Luka. Now Bagley was good in college, but like even though I thought he could be a good offensive player, I saw the potential in him offensively, but I wasn't really sold because he didn't really have go-to moves. Like he didn't have a good mid-range. He wasn't a good shooter at all. And defensively, he was a
Bagley.
And defensively, he was a cone. So I was like, this is going to be weird unless he's going to be somebody that you give, because he was really only scoring with the ball in his hands, like taking dudes off the dribble, trying to like, he was basically doing in college what Triple J is trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this doesn't really look good. You know, like I don't see this working out. And he's also a cone on defense.
But I think it's also because Vlade Divac had issues with Luka's dad. I think it was that too as well. So like he probably just
the thing that's weird though also is because like the Suns hired Luka's coach overseas to be one of their like assistant coaches in that rookie year. So I was like, okay, they're gonna draft Luka, and then they took fucking DeAndre Ayton. And I always say this: I will never take a big with my like #1 overall pick unless I see some type of generational talent.
Unless it's like an Embiid prospect, because like Embiid was legit.
Exactly. Yeah. Same thing with Mobley. Even though Mobley offensively didn't look generational, even though there were flashes of that, defensively is where you saw that generational potential. Anthony Davis, another one. Defensive generational potential. Wemby, another one. Defensive generational potential. Even offensively, it looks fucking insane. But regardless, like it's defensively that you really are sold with Wemby. You know, AD, Tim Duncan, those guys are generational play. Even Karl Anthony Towns. I know people shit on Cat. Well, no, Cat in college was a generational prospect. Go back and look at what he was doing.
He added different stuff to his game when he came into the league too, funny enough.
And it's crazy because like it was defensively that people were sold on Karl Anthony Towns. It wasn't offensively. He was okay offensively, but defensively he was amazing in college. But I see we brought up Wes. Wes, you came pretty late. We're finna wrap this up in about 10 minutes or so. You got anything to say, my brother? Is Wes, can he even hear us? Oh, he's on mute.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I had to adjust my mic setting. But I'm late. I'm late to the party, but you all covered.
I know you want to. I know you got some stuff to say about Russ, though. We was talking about Russ earlier. You got something to say?
I really.
And sure, you're on mute, by the way.
I really don't have too much to say. Because regardless of like he made winning plays, you know, and credit to him for that. But 3 for 19 is generationally bad. Is terrible. And I can't excuse. Like I'm not one of those people because like literally watching the whole game, I was distraught. So granted, shout out to the winning plays. Like shout out to the winning plays.
I was bamboozled, led astray.
I was sad. Like I was not having a good watch party by myself. Watch party for one for sure. But shout out to the Clippers and the things that we covered in our last pod on the ways that they could win. It was all about depth, defensive intensity, good rotations, and game planning, scheming. And all of those things came to fruition. And Chris Paul, as bad as Russ was tonight, Chris was worse.
Oh, no, Chris was way worse.
So that's
And also
pretty much
shout
it.
out to Ty Lue for not putting Marcus Morris in the game. You feel me?
That's
They
a
were
No
fact.
they were saying,
That is a
"Oh,
fact.
Mook is back in the rotation." Like I told you,
Mhm.
this shit was a lie. He's trying to get into people's heads.
Exactly.
was
Trying to
scared.
throw the Suns off with the scouting report.
I was nervous. I was real nervous. But I'll go back and why I don't want to ask you all to repeat everything that you said. But y'all
No,
been
you
having a
good. You
good
just
pod.
give your thoughts. Give your thoughts on the Suns. I want to get your thoughts on that before we wrap this up. The Suns and the with the Clippers game.
Yeah. So ultimately, I felt like Clippers they played harder. And it sounds crazy to say in a playoff
Oh, no,
game.
you're right.
'Cause,
You're right.
like everyone's intensity you expect to be up, but it definitely looked like the Clippers were they had more grit, more fight, more tenacity, to loose balls, to offensive rebounds, and then also like I said, I think they did a really good job down the stretch of ball denial when it came to Durant and Book and trying to keep the ball out of both of their hands and forcing Chris Paul and Ayton to go beat them. They looked really comfortable all night, giving Chris, Ayton, and Torrey Craig whatever they wanted. We'll give you the open shots, the open midi, you can have it. Are you going to hit it? And Craig, credit to him, he stepped up and had probably I think his best game of the series. I don't think he has another game that tops tonight's game.
Yeah, for sure, fake game. By the way, for sure, fake.
Yeah, so I was impressed, but
When he made that and
um,
one layup in transition, I was like, oh my god, this is fucking insane.
exactly. And what a terrible foul by EG, and terrible turnover by Man. That needless to say, I was impressed with, and it's about to sound crazy, but I got to push a little agenda. I was impressed with Russ's ability to outplay the point guard at
Oh
like
my,
setting up
Hey,
the
don't
offense.
gas that up. Don't
No,
gas
no, no.
that up,
Listen, listen,
oh
nigga.
listen.
my God! You
You
think
gotta
he's
hear
still
what
like 15 Chris Paul? Like
you.
no.
No. I'm not saying he's that, but what I'm saying is like,
The point guard nickname, we need to
we're,
remove that from Chris Paul now. He is no longer the
Oh
point
my
guard.
God! He
but
just
nah,
Give it up.
there's something to that because I felt like the Clippers at the end compared to the Suns, I think they did a much better job of getting in their sets. And I think a lot of that credit goes to Russ. And then for the Suns, I think a lot of that blame goes to Chris Paul. I don't think he did a good job of orchestrating the offense, setting things up properly, nor taking advantage of what the defense was giving him. He did take, I think I saw him take two of the open middies down the stretch, but he just couldn't hit them. And that's tough. You live with that if you're Chris and the Suns, but you also live with that if you're the Clippers. And forcing him to take those shots because you would rather him take it than the other two. But the bench minutes, huge. And like everybody on the Clippers bench, I think was at least a +10. Highest was +14. I think the lowest was +10. And credit to Ty Lue as well. I would like to see Rocco minutes as the series progresses, or as the series. I said it right. I would like to see Rocco minutes. That being said, though, solid 9-man rotation tonight. And I think total team effort. Everyone was engaged, locked in. It looked like they were on the same page. Ty Lue had everyone's ear, and they committed to that game plan. They stuck to it, and it worked. And I, I'm for this series, I'm eager to see the more basketball because it's like if they can play, because I don't think the Clippers, like, granted, Kawhi was amazing. Kawhi is he's putting everybody on notice again about who he is, and when it's this time of the year, like, you talk about playoff risers and people who are there for the moment. Kawhi is one of those guys, and he really doesn't have to take a back seat to anybody, especially if he's giving you these types of performances, which is not abnormal for him. But on top of that, I don't think the Clippers, EG had a good night, but he missed. It was a great first quarter, Outside of the first quarter, he scored 7 points, and he missed a bunch of wide open shots.
I know. He's
Like
so
down
lucky
the
he made
stretch.
that clutch 3 because he was
Exactly.
breaking in the 4th.
Exactly. And like for Norm, he solid minutes, but I think Norm, he can play better, and Lord knows Russ can play 1,000 times, but that 3 for 19 is no joke. So I think,
you know, Westbrook actually has another 3 for 19 playoff game, and it was
and he
against
won.
the Sixers. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he had like 20, 21, and 14. But he
Yeah,
was
that
3
was the
for
only
19
game
in
they
that
won
game.
too.
Yeah,
Wait,
against the Sixers and with the Wizards.
So, let me ask you all this. Just a quick question. Who's got game 2?
Wow, Westbrook has another 3 for 19. Wow, this is a lot. Okay, but this is actually a lot. I'm sorry.
That was a
I'm not even
regular
trying to
season
flame
game.
Westbrook.
Relax,
Yeah.
it was a regular season.
All right.
But
who y'all think gonna get game 2?
I think I actually have. I'm gonna have the Suns getting their win back, and I think that's just because I think KD should just empty out the fucking clip. I think he's gonna have a monster game 2. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like Gobels was saying earlier, you can't just have Devin Booker taking control of the game the way he did. And I get it, KD was struggling earlier on, and D-Book was kind of leading the charge per se. But bro, I want KD to go out there, empty out the fucking clip, not only so you can have a great game, but also so you can potentially have a bad game so I can push my anti-KD agenda. You feel me?
Get on his ass. Get on his
there's
ass.
definitely, it's a win-win in my book. But yeah, I think they're going to take control because I trust KD to have a good game. And if not, then best believe we're pushing nasty agendas. And if Westbrook has a bad game, then we're pushing nasty agendas too. You feel me?
Win regardless. I win.
I win regardless. I will be there. The worst scenario is if they both play well, and you know, that's that. But that's not.
You gotta love it when your pod mates,
who you got,
your
man?
favorite players hate us. That being said, I do. It's a tough one for me because after seeing this game, it's like I know both teams can play so much better, and I wonder like how that pans out. I do want to say though, I think the Suns can't afford to lose. Like, you know, you can go down 2-0 and still win a series, but it would be hell the following days, in the media circuit and everything. So I'm a lean Suns. I would not be surprised though if the Clippers came and doubled up on them. Because the one thing the Suns don't do, they don't defend really well. And even to the like Russ point, not to belabor it, and I know we're trying to end. I don't feel like Russ took a bunch of bad shots tonight. I feel like he was exactly, and I think that works in the Clippers' favor because you can still say like when the rubber met the road, I felt like the Clippers got the shots that they wanted, and if that is a like trend that continues, I think the series is a little in jeopardy for the Suns. But I'm gonna pick the Suns. 111, let's say 111 to 103.
My thing is this: I feel like regardless of who wins, it will be a blowout. But I think it's gonna be the Suns' blowout. I personally, I just think like this is like a do or die kind of game already because you lost home court advantage. So like at this moment, like you just have no room for error. And I feel like at least for when they're on home court, they're not gonna have any. They're not gonna show any errors that are too like big for the Clippers to lose. And also another thing too, the Clippers are gonna be pretty gassed because they had to like resort to like everybody. Like just getting like too many minutes. And I feel like it is going to waver on Kawhi because one thing about Kawhi is that he does still have injury concerns that scare me a lot. So I'd say like the best bet is like Kawhi isn't going to get a lot of minutes, but even then the Suns are just going to destroy them in that regard. And he'll at least preserve his body for when they go to Crypto Arena. But also the other flip side is that the Suns come back again lackadaisical and the Clippers take advantage of it. And it's going to be a blowout in Phoenix. So I just think regardless, either team is going to have that. I personally think it's going to be a Suns blowout. So yeah, series is going to be tied 1-1 going into Crypto Arena.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, even if the Suns or the Clippers lose and it's a blowout, you stole a game on the road. You're in control of this series, even if they win the next game. So I have no problem with that whatsoever. But that wraps up this stream. Appreciate everybody for showing up. We got 42 people in here. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, like up the stream, bro. Like it up. Let's get that up to like 40 before we wrap this up. Do y'all have any closing thoughts for us? Sure, let's start off with you because I know you got to go.
NBA playoff basketball is back, and I love it, bro. Just at the end of the day, enjoy basketball because right now I'm already having a heart attack just watching these games. Like it's just so much. Like,
nah, for real. But let me remove Gobels because I don't think Gobels is even with us right now.
All right, final thoughts.
But yeah, final thoughts, Wes.
Yeah, great opening weekend. Today cleared yesterday. Shout out to Wess. But yeah, I'm eager to see more basketball. And just want to say thank you to everyone who was supporting the pod. Thank you to my pod mates for holding it down tonight. And yeah, I'm eager to watch the pod back. But yeah, that's it.
I appreciate everybody for showing up, showing out. Follow us on Twitter. It's down below right there. We out, man. Y'all stay safe.
Bye, chat.